Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 714. Now, in today's episode, we are talking about your goals and dreams, ultimately, but also that you have to be prepared for certain consequences if you do choose to go for your dreams and your goals. Like if you want to change your life, if you want to be able to go for that dream, if you really want to transform your experience and your meaning in this life, there's always going to be a contrasting experience heading our way where things will show up, and that will show up in a form of potential negativity and a lot of resistance almost, whether it be from people, whether it be from the world. There's lots of things that can happen when we don't know about it. It may trip us up. But if we get it covered now, you'll be prepared in your mind, consciously and unconsciously, to do what has to be done. Now, this episode is actually inspired by someone who wrote a comment to one of my social media posts. So I always find it interesting to post negative feedback of mine sometimes, just so people know that, look, you're going to potentially get some downsides if you go for your dream, right? And obviously, this is not the intention. People say lots of nice things. And this comment, though, was how it was like a 1 star because you can't give 0. I'm sure they would have given me 0 if they could. But it was how I'm a scam artist, and I think it was a scam artist, and also a snake oil salesman, and there was something about money. Get rich quick. And it was like a paragraph of negativity about my work. And the weird thing is, I do try to get people to go into my fully customized program. Look, it's partly business, right? I mean, I do this for fun, I do this for free, and I do it at a cost. But I do try to help people for those who need it. So I wouldn't say that's get rich quick, because I actually say it takes time to get success. Said that on our after show actually recently. But one of the comments back by Jerry said, sometimes people, let me go ahead and just get that up actually, because it was really, really important to say, and it'll be worth the wait just for a second. I did have this up on my screen. But ultimately, if you are shining, if you're growing, if you're going for all the things that you really, really want out of life, sometimes people will say mean things. Sometimes people will kind of come out of the woodwork sometimes, or they'll be negative, they'll be kind of directing hate at you, or they just might be critical. No matter what goal or dream, it could be even from our partner, it could be from our children, it could be from our parents, it could be from our co-workers. But Jerry said, sometimes the light is so bright, it makes other people uncomfortable. And I thought, wow, that is amazing. Now, whether that's true or not in terms of this, they also said I was unqualified, and I'm a certified practitioner, master practitioner, trainer, and master trainer. But the fact that he said in this comment, this observation, that sometimes the light is so bright it makes other people uncomfortable. What a great reframe. What a great consideration. That sometimes if you go for your goal and dream, if you want to make changes in your life, if you want to be able to do something more than you thought, sometimes people will try to pull us down. Why? Because we're trying to go up higher, right? So realize it is their perception, and it does not have to be your reality. It really doesn't have to be your reality. You've got to make a decision that maybe if you go for your goals and dreams, this may happen. In the past, it used to probably get to me, like years and years ago, especially because I was trying to do all this free work for people, like through the podcast, the app, and everything like that. But then I began to realize over the years that it's really none of my business. Now, I can learn from certain things. I can maybe deliver better. I can do more, push more, and all those things. So there are reasons to have feedback. But sometimes it is none of your business what people think of you, your goal, and your dream. You've got to stand up for what is right for you. I mean, if it's on your heart, if this is something that you really want to do, then why wouldn't we do it? And why would we let other people get in our way? Because if you have a goal so big and so audacious to other people, of course it blows their mind sometimes. They're going to think that it's not possible because they don't believe maybe within themselves. Maybe they have past resentments. Maybe they were told the exact same thing when they were going for their goal and dream, and they're just repeating the same noise. But you don't have to listen to that noise. I always think when the noise is so loud from the outside world, that's where we have to raise up our internal voice and go, I'm worthy of this goal. And even though there's the contrasting experience, even if there's the resistance, even if I push for something so much, there is going to be some resistance on the other side. The brighter you get will actually show more things up in your reality. The bigger and brighter you become, some people will not be able to take that sunshine, that light. It will blind them, and therefore they might try to dim your light. But it's about not making that our reality, to be at peace, and that it's actually okay. We live in a world where opinions are supposedly meant to be really harmful, and whether they are or not is not my business. But they don't have to harm us as to where we're heading. We need to go, I'm ready to change. We want that goal because we haven't got the experience that we want. Maybe we're in pain right now. Maybe your goal and dream is to do and make an impact in the world, or maybe it's to get that promotion, or maybe it's to start that business, maybe it's to be a practitioner of change of some sort. And the nature of desire means that we don't have something. And why is that an issue when we want to go for that thing? Why is it other people's business? Well, like I said, it could be just their beliefs. It could be their thoughts. It could be their projections onto you. It could be what they've been telling themselves, their stories. It could be so many different things. But it's up to us not to pay attention to the things which don't support us. And you may even hear my little Sebastian in the background there, and he's actually saying, look, don't listen to that noise. It's not important. What is important is what's on your heart. If you want it, only you can give yourself permission to achieve it and get it. Only you can give yourself that desire. I was talking to someone today, actually, funny enough, and when I talk to people, many people seek other people's validations to make them feel like they're enough. They have to seek approval, in other words. Now, we never get internal validation by external means, unless maybe we're doing something so pure and honest that it does give us that gratification. But it's not the real way to get validation from other people, to get acceptance of yourself via the acceptance of other people's opinions. Otherwise, you do become a people pleaser. And that means you're not putting you first. And that causes us to be more unhappy. We start to feel like a failure. We start to feel like we're being rejected. We start to feel like we're not enough. We start to feel like we're an imposter. So when you go for your goals and dreams, that interesting experience of the imposter syndrome, of the fear, of the worry, by assuming other people's opinions, can keep us stuck. It really, really can. I've seen it time and time again, and guess what? I've been there. Especially going in the beginning of creating all the free stuff, people thought I was crazy to do so, but I wanted to. I just loved being able to connect with people and be able to hopefully help people who really, really needed it. And that was something that made me want to do it. But there are people in my life who said I shouldn't do that. Some people said I shouldn't become a hypnotherapist. But if I listen to them as a reality, not to say we don't take it on board, but to take it unquestionably, in an undeniable way, is that is their reality, so therefore it has to become mine. You are not serving you, and guess what else? You're not serving those who doubt. Maybe you can be the example of what can be done. Maybe you'll be the guide for them, unconsciously giving them permission to go for their goals and dreams. Maybe they didn't have that framework growing up. Like I said, maybe they were told that they couldn't do something and therefore projected onto you. But if you become the example, maybe they might rise up too. And that's what I love about collective transformation. When you rise up, you give people permission to do the same. A bit like that Marianne Williamson quote that Nelson Mandela said. But it's really knowing and deciphering the noise. Because when you go for your golden dream, be prepared that not everyone will want you to succeed, and that's okay. As long as it doesn't stop us go for that golden dream. We've got to go all out more than ever. I always say, you must be decisive in your dream. You must be dedicated. Do the work. It's possible. Even if you don't have the skill set yet. We are learning creatures, and once we start to apply via time initially, whether it be investment or not, but specifically time, once you dedicate yourself to your happiness, your heart, your dreams, and you start to be resourceful and adaptable and realize that all these no's are going to lead you to the yes. All this noise is going to lead you back to your heart, because you will go inward to your inner voice and shout louder than ever before for your right to be you, for your right to be for that goal. And the other thing I always say is, most people in the world make decisions based on fears. And there's biological reasons for this, because throughout our history, our growth, we have had to always have these protective mechanisms and skills to keep us safe. Whether it be from other people, other animals, to eat, food, all that stuff throughout history. We had to be safe. We had to be that way. So most people do make decisions based on their fears. But I always say you got to choose on what over the fear, and to choose on what is right. And that is why, if it's your goal, it's your dream, you go out there and get it. Be that example of what can be done. Because you never know who you may help. You never know who you may inspire. And you never know how far those ripples will go far and wide by the nature of you being you. By you tuning out the noise and tuning into what I would say is your self-love, your beingness, your wholeness. Beneath the surface is always there. We might have some digging to do, might have to remove some of these layers, but when you go all in for your future and what is right, that allows you to shine. So remember, you shining bright might start to blind other people, and they may not like that level of brightness, and they might go, turn it down, dim yourself down, play it small, you're not worthy, you're not capable. What if this happens? Just realize it's just their stuff. You can take some things on board, but really, it's just their stuff. And that's okay. That's really okay. We don't have to argue. We can discuss if we choose. But just because people have different opinions to us, it doesn't mean we have to get angry over that. We don't have to have hatred for ourselves or others. Just focus on your own goals and plans. For there is this life, and actually, since we're broadcasting this live on YouTube, my friend Kevin Michael Reed is reading The Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and I read that book years and years ago, and I read it all in like a weekend. It was so gripping. It was about Viktor Frankl and the Holocaust, and going through obviously a lot of craziness. And he came up with this quote. One quote I always say, and then I'll get to the one that Kevin Michael Reed posted. When you're unable to change a situation, you're challenged to change yourself, right? Let's live by that. Let's stick by that. When we're unable to change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves. So if there's all this external noise, it just gives you a reason to transform and challenge yourself to reach for saying more. But something that he wrote was, to say yes to life is not only meaningful under all circumstances, because life itself is, but it's also possible under all circumstances. Whether, look, in this context here, we're talking about other people's opinions of you. So we know that that is a possible reality. You growing brighter will cause people to be annoyed, frustrated, or put out their own projections. Learn from it, grow from it, dissociate it. Some people, you'll love it from a distance, because maybe it is family, maybe it's friends, and you can love them at a distance sometimes when it comes to your goals. But keep hold of your goals tight and true to you. And that way, your unconscious mind, if you get this logically, and of course, if you unconsciously remove the blocks that are getting in your way, I mean, we're not talking about that really, but that is obviously a necessity to remove the unconscious blocks, like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not doing that, all that kind of stuff, right? The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of being found out. Do that aspect, but also remember that people will try to bring us down when we're trying to rise up, right? If we're trying to rise up, people may try to pull us down. And be aware and be conscious and be at peace that other people's opinions of your goal, your dream, does not have to be a reality. There's your goal, there's your dream. Do what you wish with it. Go for it. As you see, I believe in you. I really do. Like, I've seen people magically change so quickly. So quickly. And if they can do it, if I can do it, then you too can. So let's shine, let's rise up, let's kind of take a stand for the good and the great of being you in every single way. And of course, if you ever need any help at all, you can go ahead and download my free hypnosis app if you haven't already. It's a free hypnosis.app. There's all these episodes in there. You can download them for offline listening. You can also create custom hypnosis sessions. You can listen in the day, you can listen in the night. And I put a good body of time and effort, if you can imagine, let alone all the 700 free episodes in there, but also all the other hypnosis sessions, and I think you'll enjoy them much. And of course, if you do enjoy the app, then please go ahead and leave us a review, and that just means hopefully we can give other people permission to change and to go for their dreams as well. So thank you ever so much if you do leave a review. And then finally, if you would like to work with me personally, if you're experiencing things like the imposter syndrome and you're a professional, it takes time and it takes investment to join my program. It's not a free program. You get me, my customization aspects, and also with the group and the one-to-one stuff. Like, it's amazing. So you go to josephclough.info/talk and we get clear on where you are. We get clear on exactly where you want to be, what's getting in the way, and then we'll come up with a solution customized to your needs if we feel we can solve it and that you're a good fit for us, because we only get results. And if we can't get the result for whatever reason, we'll let you know. But if we can, we may invite you into our 8-week program. It will let go of the fear, the anxiety, the worry, the imposter syndrome, the inner critic, all of that stuff in the shortest amount of time of 8 weeks. Crazy, I know, after a lifetime of programming, but it's done every time because we built out the strategy to make it happen. So that is josephclough.info/talk. Like I said, takes time, there is an investment, but you'll get back a million times more in terms of your emotional freedom. So thank you ever so much for listening to this episode. I'm going to be speaking to everyone on the live stream. And feel free to join us, by the way, at youtube.com/josephclough if you want to attend these live streams 3 times per week. And we have like a pre-show and an after show. So with that, I'll speak to you soon. Many thanks and goodbye.